Hello everyone. Namaste and welcome to day 3 of 21-day plant-based challenge, my dear friends. This is something really valuable for me and very close to my heart because the 21-day plant challenge has been kept so that I can challenge each and every one of you to be and to really take this challenge to live on a plant-based diet for the complete 21 days, my dear friends. So this is something really important, and this is the need of the hour. The main reason of putting up this 21-day plant-based challenge is to let you have the opportunity to allow yourself make a habit to consume only plant-based products and to evade and to avoid all the animal-based products that we have been consuming till now, which includes meat, eggs, fish, and dairy. So I request each and every one of you to take up this challenge for 21 days, my dear friends. Let us consume only plant-based products for 21 days and let us see the change within ourselves. Let us see how it has impacted our thinking, our way of living, and our habits. Let us see for a change how we can consume these plant-based products for 21 days and try to make it a habit out of it. And here, during this duration of 21 days, I'm going to share with you a lot of things. Like we have so many questions about plant-based food as to, what if I'm not getting the vitamins? What if I'm not getting the minerals? What if I'm not getting the calcium and proteins and all that? I'm going to answer all these questions that you have in your mind, and maybe some are right, some are wrong. So let us take this challenge, all of you, because uh, I myself have been a vegetarian my entire life. And from November 2018, I had adopted a 100% plant-based diet, my dear friends, which means that I have left dairy. And since then, it has impacted me. Believe it or not, it really has impacted me. The way I feel about myself, the way I think, the way I perceive things, and my energies, my body, everything, it has changed. So I urge you to experiment on this. Leave all the animal products aside for 21 days and come on these journeys with me for a completely compassionate, a completely non-violent, plant-based food, my dear friends. And this might do wonders for you. Just try it out. As we are human beings and we love to experiment, we are so curious about things. What if this happens? What if that happens? Let me tell you something. Take this up, take up this challenge and see how it goes for you, how it really feels for you, and send us all your feedback or suggestions on how you feel or how your experiences are, and let us know how you went through it. So as I go ahead with this, I have a small presentation for all of you to kind of look into it, look into a plant-based food from a different perspective. So my dear friends, this is the third day, and I welcome to you all to the day 3 of this 21-day plant-based challenge. Let me tell you the health risks of dairy consumption initially. So dairy products are among the most consumed animal products around the globe, with more than 110 kgs per person consumed each year, and most of it in European countries or North America. Nevertheless, from a health perspective, there are various reasons why people prefer plant milk over cow's milk. Because most humans, like other mammals, gradually lose the intestinal enzyme lactase after infancy, and with it, the ability to digest lactose, which is a main form of sugar in milk. As much as 75% of the world's adult human population is intolerant to ingested dietary lactose. And symptoms of lactose intolerance may include bloating, diarrhea, gas, nausea, and pain in the abdomen. Another reason is cow's milk allergy, CMA. It's known as CMA, my dear friends, and CMA is the most common form of food allergy in infants and children, and is a result of an immunological reaction to certain proteins in cow's milk, particularly lactoglobulin and casein, which can cause immediate hypersensitivity reactions. And chemical contaminants in milk and dairy products, such as antibiotics, hormones, and pesticides, also play a key role in consumer choices. My dear friends, the following data has been taken from a website called as proveg.com, and I follow all these websites to give us the facts and figures of plant-based food. So milk alternatives are growing in popularity, my dear friends. I myself have tasted so many milk alternatives like cashew milk, almond milk, oats milk, soya milk, peanut milk, you name it, we have it. So more and more consumers are questioning the consumption of cow's milk and the effects that our diets have on animals, the environment, and our health. This is the time for us to really know what we are exactly doing to this Mother Earth, how our actions are impacting the environment, how are we being responsible for another animal's suffering, another living being's suffering, my dear friends. And this is also reflected in the increasing demand for non-dairy milk. Plant-based have been consumed for centuries in various cultures, but their popularity has skyrocketed over the past decade. And isn't it so, my dear friends? Now, wherever we see the plant-based products shelf has been increasing and increasing as the time is going by, and it is going to be the most sought after industry in the world. So people choose plant milks over dairy milk for a variety of reasons, whether it is for their nutritional value, animal welfare reasons, lower environmental impact, to avoid lactose or dairy milk allergens, or simply out of preference. There are many delicious options to try, my dear friends. And this is the reason why I have come up with this challenge, so that you can try out the different alternatives that we have for plant-based products. So let us just try out all these various options that we have. And let me tell you again and again what are the options that we have. So we have the 10 best plant-based milks. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the various plant-based milks and what good things that they carry for us. First one is almond milk. Almond milk has a mild and slightly nutty taste and is ideal for eating cereals. Nutritionally, almond milk is quite different to soya or dairy milk. It has fewer calories and much less protein. The small amount of fat in almond milk is unsaturated fat, which should be preferred from a health perspective. Because almond milk is so strongly diluted with water, it is relatively low in calories but also much lower in nutrients compared to unprocessed almonds. However, homemade almond milk can be a rich source of calcium if enough almonds are used. So, my dear friends, you can also make homemade almond milk. The best way to prepare an almond milk recipe is to soak the almonds for at least 4 to 5 hours, and then drain all the water that you have soaked the almonds into, and put 2 more glasses of water and grind it really well and squeeze them over through a nut bag. through a squeezing bag, and then take out all the milk, and that is your almond milk, my dear friends. So there you are with the almond milk recipe, and you can see how well uh, you have this almond milk for. And then we have cashew milk, my dear friends. Cashew milk has a slightly nutty taste and is suitable for cooking and baking. The fat contained is mostly unsaturated fat and can be a great choice for people with high cholesterol levels or who need to watch their fat intake. And cashew milk has only about 2 grams of carbohydrates per cup. It is suitable for use in coffee and adds a thickness that works wonderful in lattes. And also, you can use this cashew milk as a recipe for curd, my dear friends. And since cashews don't need any soaking to be done, they can be soaked only for maybe over 2 or 3 hours at the most, and then ground and then squeezed out of from the bag and then set it aside. You can use it for coffees, you can use it for teas. As said, you can use it for lattes or cappuccinos or whatever. You can even set it aside as a curd, my dear friends, or a yogurt that some say. How do we do that? Take the milk, an almond milk or cashew milk or any milk, any plant-based milk, okay, and double heat it. Put a vessel of water, and inside that you keep that vessel which has milk in it. So do you double heat it, get it to lukewarm temperature, set it aside, and add green chili stalks, my dear friends. Green chili stalks, at least 10 or 12 green chili stalks, and if you want to use, you can add a pinch of lemon into that. And you have a plant-based curd ready by the morning. So that is how we can even make curd out of all these plant-based milks. And then we have coconut milk, my dear friends. And coconut milk for cooking is usually available in cans, but I do not advise canned milk for usage. You can even make it at home, and it is ideal for cooking and baking, giving food a delicious aroma. And coconut milk is delicious in a wide range of recipes, from curries to vegetable soups or smoothies, chia seed pudding, and even ice creams. And the thin coconut milk for drinking that comes in a carton is great in a cup of coffee or in a cereal. So try it out. Just try and see how it feels and how you can go about it. Hazelnut milk. And hazelnut milk has a delicious nutty flavor which makes it a great choice for baked goods or adding to coffee, while hot chocolate made with hazelnut milk is a great dairy-free alternative to traditional hot chocolate. Just try it out, my dear friends. Just see how it tastes like. I promise you, I assure you, it is much tastier than dairy milk. So hemp milk is also a good source for omega-3 fatty acids. Hemp milk is made from the seeds of the hemp plant, and it is low in carbohydrates and high in fat. But most of those are unsaturated fats, which should be preferred from a health perspective. Just 1 glass of hemp milk can provide 50% of the recommended daily intake of alpha-linoleic acid, and is therefore a good source of omega-3 fatty acids because of its slightly nutty taste. Hemp milk is a great milk for cereals, but is also suitable for use in cooking and baking. So, most of you who are wondering about omega-3 fatty acids, here it is. And oat milk is on the rise. Oat milk is slightly sweet with a thin consistency that is similar to low-fat milk, with their high content of dietary fiber, phytochemicals, and antioxidants. And oats are a particularly healthy food. Studies show that regular consumption of oats can have a positive effect on gastrointestinal problems. and several publications have attested to the cholesterol lowering properties of oats. First studies show that also oat milk can have a positive effect on cholesterol levels. And oat milk tastes great with cereals and is suitable for cooking and baking, my dear friends. So this is how we can do oat milk. And oat milk can just be ground just like that because it doesn't need any soaking. It's already, ready to use. Just grind it, squeeze it off the cloth, the nut cloth, and then you can use it for anything that you want. It's as simple as that, as easy as that. And rice milk. Rice milk is the best choice for people with allergies. And from a nutritional point of view, rice milk, which is a cereal-based milk, offers no advantages over other plant milks, save for the fact that it is the most hypoallergenic milk available and therefore particularly suitable for people with allergies and intolerances. Rice milk is comparatively high in carbohydrates but low in fat, protein, and other nutrients if not enriched or fortified. So during processing, the carbohydrates are split into sugars, which gives rice milk its typically sweet taste without any added sugar. So you can see here, even rice can be made as milk. Soya milk. I often, have the soya milk lattes that you have, in some restaurants. So that is really good. Soya milk really tastes well. So soya milk, still the most popular plant-based milk, belongs to the legume-based category. It is the only milk alternative that naturally contains the same amount of protein as cow's milk, with about 3 grams per 100 ml. And due to the fact that many manufacturers fortify soy milk with calcium and other vitamins such as B12, B2, D, and A, nutrition experts state that it can be used as a nutritionally adequate alternative to cow's milk. In addition, soya milk has similar characteristics to cow's milk when used as a replacement in cooking, baking, and frothing for coffee. And soya milk is also available in various flavors such as vanilla, chocolate, or banana. You might want to check out your supermarket options. Whenever you go to the supermarket, try to see if you have any vegan options for dairy milk. And you might just, take your hand from here to that side of the shelf, wherein you can choose a plant-based milk. Or you can actually make it at home if any of the options are unavailable for you. And what is the nutritional values of plant milk? And each of the different varieties of plant milk has a unique nutritional profile, as there is a wide variance in the content of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, as well as vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber. In terms of mineral and vitamin content, there are substantial differences between the various brands because most producers fortify their products in order to sell them as an appropriate alternative to cow's milk. And the mineral that is most often added is calcium in the form of tricalcium phosphate in the algae, Lycominium calcareum. So instead of opting for cartons or cans, you can actually make home-based plant-based milk. And cow's milk contains about 125 milligrams of calcium per 100 ml. And so most manufacturers of plant milk enrich their products with roughly the same amount. So this is what it is. And you actually do not have to have any kind of dairy milk as such. So that is how you can actually see how plant-based milk really helps you in finding the alternatives. Let me tell you something, my dear friends. You really do not have to give up any kind of habits that you currently have. You can keep the habits with you. You can really start working on alternatives instead of the violence-based, non-compassionate way of living by eradicating all the 4 things from our menu, from our plate, from our cup, from our glasses. Meat, eggs, fish, and dairy. So these are the 4 things which come from animals, and we really do not need any kind of animal products to survive, to live. a healthy life. A balanced, a well-balanced plant-based diet is enough for all of us to live a really, really, really healthy life. And that will do a lot of good for the animals, for the environment, for Mother Nature, for all of us and all the future generations together. Now, I'm going to share with you a beautiful recipe that I've got. Um, so, how to make vegan butter? How to make vegan butter? You can have 1 cup of refined coconut oil, 1 cup which is 240 ml, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1/3 cup which is 80 ml of unsweetened soy or almond milk, 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon nutritional yeast, and a small pinch of turmeric with salt. So these are the ingredients to make vegan butter, my dear friends. So you might be wondering, okay, I heard about milk, I heard about curd or yogurt. What about butter? In the morning when I get up, I need butter on my bread, and how to do it. So this is a recipe to make home-based vegan butter. So these are the ingredients for the vegan butter, and now how to make it out. Add the melted refined coconut oil to the blended jug along with the canola oil, and add the apple cider vinegar to the unsweetened soy or almond milk and stir in so that it curdles into buttermilk, and then add it in. And then add the nutritional yeast with a small pinch of turmeric and salt, and blend and blend and blend very well until the whole thing is very smooth, and pour it out into a butter dish and refrigerate still until it is set, and remove from the fridge to thaw it for a few minutes if using on a fresh bread or creaming with sugar for baking. It's that simple, my dear friends. It's really that simple. And this is all guilt-free food. You don't have to feel guilty about anything in this kind of food making process. So you can have, I also have this extra tips from for you guys. Avocado oil is a great option to use instead of canola oil. And olive oil also works, but bear in mind that high-speed blending can cause olive oil to become a little bit bitter. So just be mindful over there. And if you're using olive oil, add it in at the end and mix it without blending. And it lasts up to 2 weeks in refrigerator. If you need it to last longer, freeze the excess and only keep what you will use within 2 weeks in your fridge. So that is how it works, and it's really, really, really cost effective, and it's very, very plant friendly, planet friendly, whatever you might call it. And then I have a second recipe for you guys: cauliflower curry. Here we need 250 grams brown rice, 2 tablespoons rice oil or preferred neutral oil, 2 onions, 3 centimeters of fresh ginger, 4 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of cloves, and 2 teaspoons paprika powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon chili powder, 400 ml coconut milk. I have told you how to make coconut milk also earlier, and 1 cauliflower, 200 grams of carrot, 450 grams peas, and then a few lentils. So this is the ingredients. These are the ingredients that we need for the cauliflower curry that we are going to make, and you can even try it at home and let me know how it is. And the procedure to make this cauliflower curry is to shred the onions, slice the carrots, and cut the cauliflower into florets. Cook the rice and following the instructions on the packaging until soft. Heat up 1 tablespoon oil in a pan and brown the onions. And I'm sorry, garlic is a big no-no. Really sorry for this. We should not use any garlic over here, though the instructions are said to use garlic, but I am going to avoid garlic completely. No garlic at all for whatever reasons. And for about 4 minutes, cut the ginger into smaller pieces. Toss the onions, ginger, coriander, turmeric, cloves, paprika powder, salt and chili powder, or not depending on how spicy you want it, in an appropriate container, and use a handheld blender to puree the mixture until it's a paste. And heat up the leftover tablespoon of oil and stir fry your homemade curry paste for about 3 minutes. So this is something, this is a really beautiful recipe, my dear friends. Do not use garlic at all. Never, never, never use garlic, because that is something which we all avoid as plant-based food persons. So there is a big science of not using garlic. I'll let you know in another episode. And here we need to add the coconut milk to the curry paste, lower the heat or flame, and add the cauliflower and carrots. And let them cook for about 15 minutes or until soft. When there's 4 minutes left, add the lentils and peas. Stir everything well, and done. Serve with rice. This is a brand new recipe which I wanted to share with you. And recipe notes are: tip number 1, if you want to add a bit of flair to the final meal, you can sprinkle some almond shavings on top. And if you are put off by the high fat content of the coconut milk, you can substitute it with canned tomatoes, which are diced. So this is the procedure, my dear friends. So this is the picture of the cauliflower curry that we have, and this is how it does. And you can try it at home, and let me know, really let me know, out of all the recipes that we have shared till now, what you have tried and what you want to see, how you want to go about it. So that is these are the recipes that I wanted to share. This is the information that I wanted to share with all of you. And if you have any questions to ask, or if you have any thing to let us know, or what you want to know in the further coming episodes, please let me know.
Hello, Madam Vinila.
Hi, Vinila. Can I see you?
Yeah. Just. Yeah, madam.
Hi, Vinila.
Hi. Yeah, it's nice, Pari. The milk, the vegan milk is good actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know these many kinds of milks we can make.
Okay.
Yeah, today I came to know those.
Right. So are you going to be on the 21-day challenge?
Yeah, actually today is the first day I have joined here. Yeah.
So I urge you to be on the 21-day challenge, because this will really tell you how you feel, and if there are any changes that you have, you can share it with us. And I'm sure that there will be a lot of positive changes in you once you do it for 21 days. And there'll be a lot more changes if you can do it for 41 days, and you'll really be able to judge for yourself how your body is reacting or responding to plant-based food.
Okay. So does the bread and bread can we use bread and all?
Bread, we have brown bread, wheat breads, right? So we can use that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on and speaking your voice. Voicing your out your opinion. Thank you so much. Yes, Himabindu, please show yourself.
Yeah, it's very nice, ma'am. Last week, 1 week back, I started almond milk. It's very nice.
Okay.
Digestion also, it's very good, ma'am.
Right.
It's my body also. It's lightweight also. That almond milk. My daughter also take it almond milk.
Yes.
My daughter not take cow milk. Okay. I thought I give her to almond milk. Okay. She started to drink the almond milk.
That's beautiful.
It's very nice, ma'am. That all milks are also told no today
Yes.
that all milks very good informative, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you very much, dear Himabindu, and it's lovely to see. Some people do not like to drink milk. For them also, plant-based milk is really good for them to consume those proteins or vitamins or minerals. Uh, so in this way, we can make
I have one
everyone.
question.
Yes, yes, Himabindu.
We use alternate days for a different milk, or only one week one milk and another week in one milk?
It's up to you. However you want to use it. So
Okay,
you can use varieties of milk or one milk for all the days. Um
okay,
but one thing is, soya milk should not be taken for too long. It contains high estrogen levels. So
okay,
except for soya milk, I think every other milk we can have.
okay. Now I am starting only almond milk only.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Can you explain once again for how to make milk for that plant-based milk for cod?
For curd.
Cod.
Okay, for almond milk, you can make curd out of almond milk. You can make curd out of peanut milk. Uh,
Yeah,
so you just have to double heat it. Can I
double heated.
can you open your show your video, please, if you want? Yes, yes. So you just have to double heat it and put a vessel first with water, and then inside
Okay,
that you should put that vessel with milk in it, with
okay,
plant-based milk in it. Get it to lukewarm temperature
okay,
and put it outside and add
okay,
the green chili stalks. Uh, the
okay,
stalks that you have, you add those green chili stalks and add it to the lukewarm plant-based milk over there, and you can also add a pinch of
okay,
lemon, just a slight pinch of lemon over there, and you can set it aside,
okay,
and in the morning you will have the curd set perfectly.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All
Yeah.
right.
Can you share picture for the cauliflower recipe?
I've shared it over here. This is the picture.
Okay.
So this is a picture for the cauliflower recipe.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for giving out your opinions and asking some questions. And my dear friends, um you can also come up and ask your questions and clear your doubts and clarify whatever you want by coming out on by asking your questions on Facebook or YouTube, or coming out in Zoom and interacting with all of us live. So thank you so much, my dear friends. This is all for today. I'll meet you tomorrow with lot of information about plant-based food, and let you know how it all works out for all of us, for humans, for animals, for Mother Earth, for plants, for everybody, for everything. So thank you so much, my dear friends. I hope you had a nice, informative session today. We'll meet you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Signing off. This is Parinita Patri.